Hello, and welcome to episode 10 of the Very Metal Diary of Cleo Howard. Saturday, 17th of May. Today I posed this dilemma to Jenny. If she had a tattoo on her bum, would she show it to Lex and to Dazza in the privacy of her bedroom? She said yes, but only if it was a tattoo at the top of her bum, and she'd only show it to one of them at a time, not both of them at the same time. At the Green Man tonight, there was me, Ian, Jenny, Shot, T-Reg, Dazza and Lizzie. Ella is out with her tattooed bow again. This is the third week in a row. I noticed tonight that all the boys in Shot's year talk to her about serious stuff, like what they're going to do after school, or if they have women trouble. Shot is really kind. Lizzie's sweet too, and sometimes people talk to her, but she's sort of woolly-headed. I can't really believe she's 16. She seems younger than me sometimes. Dazza moaned that they didn't have Dimmu Borgir or Emperor on the jukebox. I gave T-Reg a Tangfastic, and he said it made him do his cum face. So at least I've seen it once, dear diary, even if it wasn't exactly in the situation I'd imagined. Today, 18th of May. If, dear diary, you had a tattoo on your bum, then you'd have to show your bum to a tattooist. I don't think I'll ever have a tattoo on my bum. Today, I mostly listen to Pantera. Monday, 19th of May. I posed this dilemma to Ian earlier. Would he have property of Natalie tattooed on his bum if she would definitely have sex with him if he got the tattoo? He asked a number of clarifying questions. These were, how big would the tattoo be? My answer was about the size of a 50p coin. And then he asked, was he allowed to get it removed after? And the answer was yes. He's still thinking about it. I watched Wiki Lake today. The problems on it weren't actually problems. There were some large women who liked dressing slutty, and all their friends were moaning. These women just need new friends. Problem solved. Tuesday, 20th of May. Ian would get a property of Natalie tattoo if it meant guaranteed sex, but it would have to be guaranteed. Ian is actually allowed to get a tattoo when he's 18 if he wants, but his dad would prefer him to wait until he's 21. Terry has basically got the same rules for Ian as he had for Gav. So it's almost like Ian already knows what he can do and what will get him bollocked. Terry's rules also always stay the same. They don't depend on what mood he's in, so there's just no point in nagging him. A lot of idiots at school today are wearing hash leaf print t-shirts and bandanas. No one actually cares how much weed you smoke. Just do it subtly and you'll get away with it. Unless, of course, you don't actually want to smoke weed. You just want everyone to think you're a badass who smokes weed. There's a lot of belendrical behaviour about today, dear diary. Wednesday, 21st of May. Difficult Kerrang buying decision today. It has Bon Jovi, boo, but also Marilyn Manson, who I'm mostly indifferent to, but kind of a fan of some of the stuff, but Jenny absolutely loves. Today, Ian and I gave Gav's Kiss albums a go. Crazy Nights gets a big thumbs down, but their first self-titled album is an amazing start for 1974. It has Cold Gin and Strata and gets a big horns up. Ian caused a tickle fight by saying that Danzig would have a willy like a fun-sized Mars bar. I couldn't let him get away with that. Since last year, Ian has got a lot stronger than me. Thursday, 22nd of May. I bought Kerrang. I hope that Jenny knows what a great friend I am. Mark Dobbs was wearing a t-shirt that said, "No fat chicks today." Friday, 23rd of May. My period started after PE. I'm sure being forced to do sport is messing up my insides. The Spice Girls are making being ginger a liability. When Jenny and I were in town earlier, someone shouted, "Oi ginger, oi scary" at us. Some of us don't want to spice up our lives, thank you very much. Now zig a zig off and when you've got there, zig off some more. Here is a list of gingers that I do approve of. Firstly, Cassandra Peterson. This is Elvira's real name. If I was her, I'd live as Elvira all the time. Secondly, I approve of Tiffany of I Think We're Alone Now fame. That is quite a good song, dear diary, which is why Snuff covered it, so don't go getting all, oh, it's not metal on me. Also, it has a simple dance move, and songs with simple dance moves are good. The dance move is a sort of up, across thing, which anyone can do. Other gingers I approve of are Cleopatra, Tori Amos, Shirley Manson, Vivian from The Young Ones, Carl Logan from Manowar, Dave Mustaine, Belinda Carlisle, and Carol Decker. Here is my list of bad gingers. Ginger Spice, obviously, Ronald McDonald, and maybe Sonia, I'm not sure, which leads me on to the list of gingers I'm not sure about. Chris Evans, sometimes TFI Friday is good, sometimes it's not. Axl Rose, who I've heard isn't very nice to women. Johnny Rotten, because he's got mad eyes. Cilla Black, it's nice that she gets people dates and surprises, but I don't think she needs to do singing the same song every week. And the final one on my list of gingers I'm not sure about, Sarah Ferguson. She has nice dresses sometimes, but that toe-sucking thing was really, really grim. Saturday, 24th of May. The Green Mum was rubbish tonight. Ella was out and really miserable because she's been dumped by her tattooed boyfriend. She said he only wanted one thing. I was so tempted, dear diary, to quote Red Dwarf, the episode where Arlene meets Arnold Rimmer, and Arnold Rimmer says, "You're disgusting, you're only after me for one thing." And then Arlene says, "Why? How many have you got?" But I knew this wasn't tactful, so I didn't. And Mopey Dick was already being not tactful enough for everybody. He essentially called Ella easy and said, "Men prize that which is rare and hard to obtain." And then Shot said Mopey's annoyed because Ella didn't want to go out with him. And also Shot said that women are every bit as entitled to sexual pleasure as men are. Shot and Mopey got pretty heated. I hate it when people argue. It reminds me before Dad left and makes me feel miserable. And then I felt even more miserable. T-Reg put his arm around Ella and told her to cheer up and give him one of her beautiful smiles. They ended the evening snogging, dear diary. It looks like he found this a lot more exciting than when I gave him some of my Tang Fastics. Sunday, 25th of May. I went to see Nanny Howard with Dad. She bought me an Emmerdale pencil and some fudge back from her coach trip. She said she would enjoy watching Emmerdale even more now that she's seen where it's filmed. I made some Rocky Road yesterday, so I took some for Nanny and Dad. They both said it was lovely. The bit I like best is smashing up the biscuits. Monday, 26th of May. In textiles, Matty Bateman farted with a noise like a mouse being run over by a motorbike. It kind of started squeaky and then got really loud. Donna Harlow said, "This is meant to be creative arts, not creative farts," and even Mrs. Savage laughed. In the evening, Josie from number 96 came round to see if we had a torch she could borrow. She said she wanted to put some stuff in the loft. Mum said, "I believe we have such an item, do give me a moment." Whenever Mum meets someone new, she does her hyacinth bucket, which hyacinth bucket would like to be pronounced bouquet, dear diary, but it is bucket. But Mum can't keep up her hyacinth bucket voice for long. While Mum was looking for a torch, Josie asked me the same questions adults always ask. "What's your favourite subject at school? What do you want to do when you leave school?" I said English was my favourite subject, and I haven't decided what I want to do when I leave school. Josie said that English was her favourite subject too, and if I want, I can go round and borrow some of her books. Tuesday, 27th of May. Ian came round. We had a Wotsits and Marmite sandwich, and we watched Dracula AD 1972. It's a brilliant film, and it's set in swinging London. I'd love to visit swinging London. I think it's near Chelsea, wherever that is. Christopher Lee is brilliant in it. He doesn't say a lot, He just stands about looking mean and bitey. Oh, it makes me want to put a white nightie on and leave my window open. I don't like garlic, so we'd be fairly compatible. I think I might have to give up on T-Reg. I think him and Ella are going out with each other. Wednesday, 28th of May. Mark Dobbs played a tune using his armpit in mass today. It wasn't as good as Iron Maiden, but it was better than the Spice Girls. Me and Ian listened to Gav's Cinderella album. Their song Shake Me is just AC/DC's You Shook Me All Night Long again, but with added lipstick and hairspray. I need to stop having tickle fights with Ian, dear diary. Today, he said gingers are renowned for being evil. So obviously I went straight for his girly ticklish armpits, but he just flipped me onto my back, and I felt really weird when I was underneath him, and he had my arms above my head, so I couldn't carry on tickling him. And I'm telling you this, dear diary, but you're sworn to absolute secrecy. I almost felt like kissing him. Thursday, 29th of May. All sorts of stuff happened today, dear diary. Donna Harlow got dragged into the boys' toilets by Mark Price. She claimed she saw Dave Chambers' willy, but he said she didn't. She could only have seen his ass. And then Mr. Murray walked past just as Donna was escaping from her green-tiled tinkle prison, and he told her off. She kept trying to interrupt him and tell him that she'd been dragged in there, but he wouldn't let her. Mark Price said sorry. Also, Karina Norman called Natalie West fat in English today. Natalie is not fat. She has a really good figure. Ian would probably say it was perfect. The fattest thing in the room was Karina's bad attitude. Miss Wallace overheard, and she sent Karina out. She said she would not accept a culture of bullying in her lessons. Everyone else does. They just let Karina get on with being foul. And then Miss Wallace said that all of us will grow at different rates, and every one of us is fine, just as we are. Miss Wallace is such a lovely old hippie. After 10 minutes, she went outside to see Karina. We all shut up so we could hear what she said to her. She told her that being unkind would get her nowhere in life, and that often qualities we criticise others for are qualities that we fear ourselves having. And that if Karina is frustrated and unhappy, then she can talk to Miss Wallace, but that she shouldn't take it out on the people she goes to school with. This was not the bollocking we were hoping to hear. Miss Wallace is such a daft old hippie. On my way home, I saw Josie, and I went in to borrow a book. I chose Pam Ayres' Some More of Me Poetry. Jean, who lives with Josie, told me that one of her favourite Germaine Career quotes is, "A library is a place where you can lose your innocence without losing your virginity." Jean and Josie don't read Woman's Weekly. They don't read Woman, and they don't even read Cosmopolitan. Jean said that these magazines present an image of womanhood that's too rigid and fixed. I think I know what she means. The knitwear models always look uncomfortable, and they're standing up really, really straight, even if they're wearing a jumper designed as ideal for casual, cosy winter evenings. Friday, 30th of May. I wonder what it would be like to lose your virginity in a library, dear diary. On the one hand, the floor would be kind of uncomfortable, but I guess if you didn't know what you're doing, then you could refer to a handy reference work. But you wouldn't be able to have a cigarette afterwards. I guess it swings and roundabouts, which, I've heard, is where Ella likes to conduct most of her love life. Ella and T-Reg probably are going out with each other. And I got told off today in biology by baggers. I was staring out of the window, hoping to catch a glimpse of T-Reg on his way to the sports field. My head tells me to give up on him, but my heart is finding it hard. Anyway, I was staring out of the window when Baggers came up behind me, and he slapped me on the bum with a copy of Biological Science 2. He told me to do some work. I'm glad he wasn't using the hardback edition. I said, "Soz Baggers," and he said, "Sorry, Mr. Bagnall," and then I said, "Sorry, Mr. Bagnall." Saturday, 31st of May. The Green Man was so much fun tonight. T-Reg and Ella aren't going out. They're just mates. She told me herself. It was just me, Ian, Jenny, Lizzie and Ella for a while tonight. Ian said he loved being surrounded by gorgeous women. Ella kissed his cheek and she called him a little charmer. She left a lipstick mark. And then T-Red, Dazza and Bob came in, and the conversation moved on to boobs. T-Red said, more than a handful's a waist, and he looked at me when he said it. And then he said, he can hardly fit his dick in his PE shorts, and so he feels sorry for women who are well endowed. He looked at Ella when he said this, and she winked at him.